Welcome to minute 37. There's construction happening like right next to my place, and right now it sounds like a helicopter is like flying. I'm hoping it doesn't get too loud, but I'm trying to record now just to get it done. Yeah, it's been quite a week. This time, I watched the minute 11 video. That was the video where I went on a full 11-minute tangent on data protection and this consent or pay idea that's been happening in the UK. So that was a bit of a downer watching that. I was in really good spirits and I was watching that being like, ha. But I remember recording that and the way I was feeling, which I feel like comes across in that video, just being like stressed out and like just not sure, because it's such a it's not a main thing that's talked about. Like, it's just like it's in this very niche sector that's being discussed, and then it's just kind of happening countrywide and maybe one day worldwide, and it so like seeing that happen, the whole thing was like, I don't want to even get into too much but it's basically this thing on certain websites. In order to access the content, you either allow the website to sell your data and give you personalized ads, or you have to pay money for them to not do that, which is like, it's slightly different from cookies. I think that is the one thing I haven't looked into. I'll be honest, I haven't looked into it further. But like, it's this thing where like either they sell your data or you pay for them to not sell your data. There isn't an option for them to just not do it all and still get access to things. And so in the 11-minute video, it was just approved for Facebook to do that in the UK, which has gone ahead. Like, that's happened, which just really pisses me off. But in that video, I think I was very like, because it's such a niche thing that like is not a mainstream topic, I was like, am I crazy? Like, the bad feelings I was getting about it, I was like, is this just like, am I just not understanding? But I just don't think that's the case. I think I'm very much, it's coming from a place of, no, this isn't right. It still isn't right. But that's just the world we're living in. This is where I'm at right now. It's very frustrating. I think like the thing that's crazy to me, watching that again, being like our personal data in this online world is being used as currency for other companies to make money, and that's been going on. Like, it's been going on for a long time, and I don't know the specifics of. I don't have the knowledge of that, but like, I know it's been going on for a really long time. That's just like how it is. It's like a thing that's happening underneath everything. But like, to actually think about it, I think it's just wild, because we're not benefiting from that. It's our own data, and we're getting like, I guess the return is you get access to the things online. But I'm like, other people are making money off of this. What in the world is happening? Yeah, so that's what that video is about. That's all I'm gonna say about it, because I just don't I don't want to dwell on that. There's really nothing, I just don't want to dwell on it. Yeah, but that was also a week. I was thinking of that week because I recorded it in a different spot. And I just remembered that week, trying to remember where I was at that time. And it was very much a time where I realized, I think I was cat sitting for a friend. And it was like, I spent that week as like a getaway to be on my own, which was really nice. I was like really looking forward to it, to be like, just be on my own, but like to hermit. And like not leave the house and just kind of like be a little goblin in a new space, which is like what I needed. But I think what I realized during that was that there was a lot of like unprocessed feelings and emotions that I'd been burying for a while, that like when I was in my own space, I was like, oh, there's a lot of like mourning of a past relationship that I just haven't done. And I feel like that realization really kicked off like the era of personal growth and trying to learn how to sit with my feelings more, I think. Because I think I've been very avoidant and had a lot of avoidant tendencies in regards to my feelings and my emotions and what's going on. And that really kicked off, having that realization just like kicked off this time to relearn how to sit in the discomfort of the feelings that like I don't particularly want to feel but like need to, which is like something I'm still experiencing. But yeah, it was like interesting to look back at that video and be like, oh, that's where I was at that time, like I but that's okay, because I think it's like I'm in a similar space now, but like different. Yeah, because so much has happened since I recorded that. Like 6 months have passed. But yeah, so yeah, I was just fascinated watching that. Yeah, and I'm trying to remember like how it relates to now. It's all fresh in my mind, but also I'm forgetting. But I think, just trying to remember, I had a really nice therapy session this past week, and at the moment I have forgotten everything. Yes, I think, well, okay, so what I've been like expressing the past probably like 8 videos, if not longer, of this missing of the creative drive, and I've been trying to get back into my routine. Which I think I may have talked about last week when I had the realization that I had this mindset of getting back to what I was doing before, as opposed to just starting from today. What do I want to do? And let's like work on it, start fresh. There's nothing we need to catch up on. We can just do, and that's been a helpful mindset shift. But there's also been, I think, this pressure that I've been feeling of like needing to progress and wanting to like jump to the future. Like I've been very worried about like, oh, I want to be in this place, even though right now I don't know where I want to be, but in this I want to like be further along in the future, instead of like focusing on the present and what I can do to get there, or to like even just figure out where I want to be. And I just had like a nice reminder, I think, during my session of like just like I can chill out a little bit. Like I think I'm doing a lot, which is something I'm always aware of. Like I'm always aware that I'm doing a lot. But there's always like, there's something in me that's going, go, 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 go. And I think I need to be like, it's okay. We can like actually chill, and like hearing it from an external person being like, you're actually doing a lot. Like it's like I've moved, I've also changed working patterns that I've had to adjust to. I've only moved 2 months ago, which again is a wild time frame because I feel like so much time has passed, but it's only been 2 months. So I'm like, I can like breathe a little, we can breathe a little. We really can. And I think, yeah, we just kind of made this connection of like focusing so much on the future and being panicked about like where you're gonna be and what you're gonna do really does a disservice to where you are in the present, because you're not able, like having that panic isn't what's gonna make you grow. It's taking the time in the present to do the thing, and just like sit, be present, reflect. Yeah, like sit in. I think I've been trying to work out, which I think I talked about in last week's video, of like what's the point of processing hard emotions. I think it's like kind of how I ended last week's video, of like I need to find the reasoning to do that. I need to find my why I would sit in the uncomfortable emotions now instead of avoid them. And I think, yeah, my therapy session was very much like being able to do that now allows you to grow more into the person in the future, because if you're just holding on to it, we're going to be stagnant in the future as well. So that was like a nice thing to work out. That question has haunted me since last week. But yeah, so it's all good. Like I've been trying to spend the past few days just like I'm doing the same exact thing I was doing last week. Like I have the same routines, I'm doing the same activities, but like I'm trying to remove that pressure of like, oh, what else can I be doing? Or like, oh, what do you want to do? What do you want to do? What do you want to do? What should we do now? Like just chill. I can work on my little projects that I get a little inspiration for. I can watch my TV and not worry about doing something on the side. So yeah, just kind of like learning how to do that, allowing myself to sit in like whatever emotions come up that feel uncomfortable and kind of build more of that endurance and perseverance through it. But yeah, it was a really good therapy session that I had, which I hadn't had therapy for like a month, so it was like I was able to like get out all the things that have been on my mind that have been building up, and like it was all very a cohesive thing that just made me feel a lot better, which was really nice. Yeah, and I think at the moment, like this morning when I was doing my morning pages, I'm feeling more of like a pull to focus on my Twitch a bit more. Like there's an excitement there of like wanting to stream more than I am right now, and maybe that's because I've had to like cancel some streams because I was away on holiday, and because I've got things happening in my life, like different plans and stuff going on where when I can't stream at those times. So I'm kind of like missing doing that. We're also like I finished Dragon Age Origins on stream, so now we've started a new game, which is really exciting, and so like I think there's an excitement and a drive to keep that up and keep focusing on that. So I'm kind of I'm allowing myself like this week, next few weeks, to kind of like focus on that, kind of plan what I want that to look like. Because right now, typically I stream 3 days a week, and I just kind of want to be like, okay, can we do like 4 days a week, maybe 5 sometimes? Just like to have fun and like do different things. Like I can try different formats of streams. Like I was thinking of doing, like when I have to edit my podcast or editing videos, I can stream at the same time. We can chill and do like a co-working stream where we just hang out, chat while I'm editing a video. That's something I think that could work pretty well. And so I could still get the things I need to do done while also just streaming and hanging out with people, you know? Because it's fun. I really enjoy the community that we're building there, and I want to make sure that continues to grow. And like we find the people, like we find our people. So yeah, that's what's been on my mind at the moment, which is kind of exciting because I think it's like I've been wanting to stream, but then when I stream, I'm like, oh, but I can't work on these other things. But I'm like, well, if streaming is like the main focus, then there's nothing I have to worry about, you know? I'm doing the thing. So I think I'm gonna play around with that. Yeah, like I've been saying music is a big thing I want to do, and I just think that's something I'm still into, definitely still into, but I think making it like a main focus at the moment just isn't there for me. So like I still want to I want to check out the open mics, I want to perform the open mics, I still want to work on music, build and create music, but at the moment I don't need it to be a structured thing like I normally do, because I typically am working on 2 projects at a time that are my main thing, and then like do little bits on the side, you know, as I do. So yeah, I think that's where I'm at the moment, which feels good and exciting. Yeah, that's really it. I'm like surprised at how fast April has gone by. Like we're coming into May soon, and that's wild, but I'm really looking forward to the nicer weather, and I think like just kind of making this spring/summertime a time to, which is opposite of me focusing on Twitch, but like making it the time to go out and explore different events and meet people and stuff. So like yeah, finding that balance I think will be fun and nice. Yeah, just getting out there and exploring. I've been looking at like K-pop classes, dance classes to do, because I think that is also just a thing. I'm like, I just need something that's fun, that I enjoy, and right now it's moving my body is something I'm feeling really called to, and K-pop is just, I enjoy it, so let's just do that. And I have a friend that is also into K-pop now, so I have someone that I can like do this with and share this interest with, which is exciting. Yeah, that's that's what I've got going on in my life. I've made it to the 6th book for Ouran High School Host Club, which I'm reading through the whole manga series, so on the 6th one, and I think we're starting to get into episodes that like that aren't in the animated series, which is really cool. And I'm really enjoying it, and like just like the journey of the characters is so fun. It's such a fun read, really lighthearted. I am wanting to get back into more fantasy books though as well. Like I'm missing that, the fantasy element of things. But we'll get there. I'm not in a rush. I want to finish Ouran High School Host Club first. Cause like I can finish those books. Like it takes like 2 days to finish them when I do a train ride to work. So I'm hoping it'll go by faster. I also just watched the BTS documentary on Netflix, which was cool. Cause again, I'm not familiar with BTS. I've only just watched their live concert comeback, and then I've been listening to their new album, which I love their new album. I think it's so good. Yeah, so watched the documentary yesterday just to be like, let's see what these guys are about. Oh, and I also watched them on Hot Wings. Watched them on Hot Wings, which was really funny, and I just love them going, "Come on, wing!" every time they had a wing. It was just really fun, and I've been saying that a lot. It's really silly. But yeah, I like their vibe. But yeah, watching the documentary was interesting. I feel like I look at that documentary and I'm like, nothing really happened in it, I will say. I enjoyed watching them and like trying to like watch and observe their dynamic and like just see how they interact with each other, and like I'm always curious about like music production and how you put together songs and build them, and I feel like we didn't really get the music production side of things. You know, that was the focus of the documentary, was how are we going to build this album and what are we going to do and how are we going to get the sound. I feel like the whole overarching thing was we don't know who we are, we don't know what we want to sound like now, and there's a big pressure on that, and that was it. Like, there wasn't really anything else in the documentary. So it was okay. It was fun to watch. I enjoyed watching it, and like again, I'm fascinated on like the music side of things, and like they're so big. It was cool to like start to see them more, you know. But like, yeah, it just feels like there wasn't a resolution, which is fine. There doesn't need to be, but like there wasn't much happening. It was they spent. They would go into the studio, go, "Oh, I don't know about this, I don't know. We're really tired and overworked." Then they would spend a day relaxing, hanging out with each other, and they would do it again. Like each conversation, each scene that they cut to for conversations was all the same thing. They were saying the same thing every time. Yeah. That's just my thoughts on it. Thought it was okay. It was alright. But there was something someone said that made me go, ooh, and I don't remember what it was. So, that's okay. Yeah. I'm trying to remember what it was. It was, I'm not sure, but it was just fascinating, like I think they're, because like as artists, I think you want to make the things that feel good and like come from this like authentic place, but then I think when you're that big in scale, you're also thinking of, and like I guess everyone, you would have that mindset of like the marketing side of things and getting people's attention and all that stuff, to like balance out, and that part just doesn't seem fun. And it's like fascinating because it's like I think the authenticity is what audience members like and enjoy, and so it's like how, but like, and even knowing that, there's still a panic and a doubt of, will this be well received? So it's just interesting. It's an interesting thing, because I think it's so easy to give in to the, well, this is what's popular and this is what we should do, but also do what you enjoy. And they had like conversations about that too, which was good. It's like, yeah, just like go on follow the things that are fun to you. Don't worry about anyone else. Yeah. But it's interesting also to like watch a documentary after like their comeback has happened, you know, and their album has been released. It's almost like, because I don't remember if because I think their documentary came out after the album was released, and I'm curious what it would have been like instead to have the documentary come out first and the album come out. And maybe I'm wrong about this, but I guess for me at least, watching it, knowing the album, no, it definitely did, because the comeback live came out alongside the album, and then the documentary came out. That's what happened, because I knew the song. Yeah. So I just wonder if the documentary came out first, because then that would be more like, oh, like, yeah, we don't know, like, I don't even know what you're talking about, so it could be, who knows if it'll be good. And then they do it and be like, oh, you guys are so silly, it was so good, you know? Like, I'm just curious what that reception would have been like instead, and how that would have come across. Yeah, I don't know. That's just me spitballing. Yes, and then I had something else. Oh, I've been really, I don't know if I talked about this last week, but I got really into a new webtoon called I Am the Villain, which is like this cool fantasy story. There's a lot of like romance to it, but like it's fantasy, and like it's just this like woman from the real world who gets stuck in a book. And I don't remember, it seemed like a book, it was a book that like she hadn't actually read or hadn't fully read, she just skimmed. And I don't know if it was she just skimmed it because it was just a random book, or if it was because a book her friend had written, because it doesn't matter. But she ends up in this book, and she's the villain character, and she's like, oh god, I know the villain dies, I gotta figure out how to live. And now it's so good. It took me a second to get into it, but like it's so good, and like just everyone is in love with her, and it's so funny. Like I get excited, like you get your favorite characters, and then she meets someone else, and then all of a sudden he's in love with her, and you're like, what is that? Like everyone is in love with her. It's so funny. But yeah, it's really cool. I've been enjoying that a lot. I feel like I'm on a good webtoon high right now. I've got a lot of good ones going on, and like I've let go of the ones that I'm like not interested in. So that's been fun, but I think there's a few that I'm reading that are coming to an end, like Morgana and Oz. There's only like a few more episodes left of that one. And then I've been reading one called Sub-Zero, and I don't know if it's coming to an end, but like we're coming to a season finale. Absolutely. So I'm not sure if it'll fully wrap up or not. I don't know. But yeah, it's all good. I'm just like chilling. The weather's been nice this week, which has been good. Tried to rest. I've been getting this like twitch in my right eye since being in Greece. I think the twitch started like just feeling tired and stuff, but like it started happening even returning back. Like this past week has also been like my eye twitching, which it hasn't happened today yet, which is good. I think the past 2 days it slowed down, and I think I looked it up. I was like, why is my right eye twitching? Just to be like, what could this be? Because my instinct is that I'm tired. And so yeah, I was like tired, dehydration, stressed, and I think part of it is like there's a tiredness, but I think it's also the mental pressure I've been feeling in my head for like the longest time. I think that's been like really really making my eye tick. But after my therapy session, it's made it a lot better. It's like now it's like eased up a bit. Like it only happened to me like once yesterday, so I'm hoping we're in a good journey now. Like I think this is the first time I'm like lounging, sitting back like this, just having a conversation, which is really funny to me. I'm just like, yeah. We've hit a higher comfort level, I guess, to lean back and just chill. Yeah, I've been going to the gym consistently now, which has been really nice. Because it's more consistent now, my body is like burning more energy, and like I'm hungrier, and I need to start figuring out how to like add more to my food and what I eat, because I think I've really found a good rhythm with my food. But now I'm like, okay, I'm doing the same thing, but I'm still hungry, so I'm like, how can I supplement and add more to help me not be so hungry all the time, because I want to feel full. So yeah, kind of working on that, but I've really been enjoying the gym. That's a really nice, I'm like wondering if because the weather's nicer, maybe I start going a little bit more frequently. Like sometimes after work, maybe I try going just to add another day. But I think if I do like a dance class instead, I think that's good too. Because right now I'm doing a pole and 2 gym days, ideally. So if I do a dance class as well, I'd be fine. I think that'd be fun. I just enjoy moving my body and like having more opportunities to move my body in any way would be really nice. I'm still trying to get back into like doing my yoga on the days that I work from home and get into that routine, but sometimes it's hard for me to get out of bed. But I'm working on it. Just kind of working, kind of going up and down in that journey, and that's okay. But I did yoga today, which is nice. Yeah, it's been good. I finished writing a song a few days ago, which was nice. That was good. And I think that got me in my head because I think I have an image of when I pursue music and like go for it. I thought I previously had like an idea of what that would look like, and it was so clear, such a clear vision of like this fantasy-esque vibe, like very like Florence and the Machine, Paris Paloma kind of vibe, but like just exploring that and what that it's still me and like how, but like in that kind of vein of music genre, I guess. But then making this other song, I was like, this isn't the same vibe. So I'm like, oh, what do I do? But I think it's also like I have like 2 mindsets of like I know the vibe I'm looking for, but I also want to be able to like just spit out what I need to get out of me and write that music and let that be there. And so I think that's probably what that song that I wrote was more of a spewing out to get that out and process it. And it might not necessarily be like a song I would take on somewhere else. I don't know. It's interesting, but it's okay. I'm not too stressed. There's one song I wrote a few months back that just feels very like harnessed and like this is the music and the sound I'm going for, and like that song I want to build out, and it'd be nice to like make a music video for it too, but like that's a song I want to like build and hopefully try and perform at open mics as well. I think that would be really nice just to get that going. But yeah, because I think I have this perspective or this vibe I want of like just picturing songs as like spells, and like there's so much power in music and singing, and to be able to like create a spell out of that and use that, I think is really cool. And like that can be any sound. Like that can literally be anything. Like I feel like a lot of like Stray Kids music, there is like a spell element. There's like a, I don't know, it's like a affirmation, manifestation, but not in the buzzwordy type. Like you're just like speaking truth and like putting power in the words and music that you have. And yeah, so that's like the vibe I'm going for. And I feel like the song I wrote recently was like, that's not really that vibe. It's more of a release for me personally. And I think I guess both can exist. Both can exist. And I think that's fine. Yeah, I think that is fine. I think there's like yeah, it just comes from like when I'm thinking about personas as a entertainer, and I think I have an image that I feel like I've been working on in the back of my head that I'm like, oh, this could be it. That like I'd like to try out first before like feeling like I need to decide on things. But the song I wrote recently just doesn't really fit that. And that's okay. I keep circling around that, and it's literally okay. Yeah. But I kind of like, yeah, I think I just have this idea of like, I have my songs, my spells, but then there's also songs that are that release that like I could share, you know, every once in a while. I'm thinking like big picture, future, we're on the stage, I've got my set list, and then we throw in a song that's very vulnerable and like not really tied to the other music I do. I think that would be fine. And that has settled that. That has settled that for me. The other thing recently, for some reason I had this feeling to like, there's this, I don't know if it's like a personality test kind of thing, but it's something called the Enneagram that I was taught in high school. Um, that's kind of like meant to like help understand your self personality, all that stuff. Same as like the, what is it called, MBTI, something like that. um, it's similar to that, but it's like an Enneagram. It's like a different set of questions. You're assigned there's 9 different personality types, numbered 1 through 9, and then you have like, you have your core one, and then it's like the numbers on the side could be an influence, and the numbers across from you can be an influence. It's its own thing that I take with a grain of salt, like I do with tarot cards. But it was something that for some reason we were taught in high school, and when I remember taking it, and I came across as a 9, which is like, the idea is that one's like the peacemaker. The like results of those types of tests for a 9 for me was very much like, I'm in between everything. It's, oh, I can see both sides. I just want, it's a I don't know, I can't speak, I can only speak for myself, but for me, the 9 comes across as a people pleasing personality. It's, oh, I can see both sides, I empathize with both sides. I don't really have an opinion. And for me, that's how I took those tests. It was, oh, I can see the answers to these questions being both. It could be either. So a lot of my things were like in the middle, because I was like, it could be either way. And that's just kind of how that was. And I just had this like desire to retake it, because I feel like I've been doing a lot of growth recently. And I was like, am I a 9? And I retook it, and I realized I'm not. I'm not a 9. I'm a 7, I think. I'm a 7. I'm definitely a 7. And that is someone who is, that one's called, because the 9 is called the peacemaker. The 7 was called the entertainer, but it's more like, it's someone who is so interested in life and just like takes on a lot of things all the time, because there's a desire to like not miss out on things in life. And like reading the description after I took the test, I was like, oh, this is literally, I was like, this is everything I've been experiencing. Yeah, and I was like, oh, I was like, how did, like, and like the only, like the obvious explanation for why I would not be a 7, or not come, that wouldn't come up when I was younger, was my desire to people please and just kind of be, to like not, it's like not have an opinion, but like to, I don't know, I feel like I wasn't, what's the word? My sense of self wasn't fully developed. Oh, there's an alarm. There's a siren. So loud. There's, yeah, I think like my sense of self, I feel like I haven't been able to develop until like now. Like luckily I come across a certain way to people, and I think that we've got 4 minutes left. I'm only just realizing I think yeah, I feel like I've never really had a sense of self. I've just always like, I've been always so self-conscious, and like not able to understand how people perceive me, but I know that they are, and like it seems to be good and okay, and like just fully unaware but hoping for the best. And now I'm like, oh, it's my desire to people please and just kind of like fly under the radar. And I'm like, but that's not actually who I am. So yeah, just very interesting to be like, oh, cool, I actually am not, I don't know, like it's more like a realization, like, oh, there's more in me than I thought there was. I'm not just like a blanket. I've always felt like I'm just like the amalgamation of everything all at once inside me, and like I am, but I think I also, there's a personality in me that can exist, and it's okay to exist. I don't have to be the blank page to reflect what other people around me want or see, you know? So yeah, it's just been interesting. I think it's like, it freaks me out because I'm like, oh, I can have like I've always had opinions, I've always had thoughts, and like I don't think it's fair to say like I've never had opinions and thoughts, but like I think now it's like, oh, I can speak on those and like have them consciously, and be able to like stand by those, which is something I just never really did as a kid because I wasn't too bothered. I wasn't too bothered. I was just trying to, I don't know, that's like just childhood, growing up life trauma, you know? But it's just really fascinating and exciting because I'm like, oh, cool. I think there's a lot of like, there's like some narratives that I've told about myself and being this nine that like I can now kind of like unravel and deconstruct to be like, is that what I'm feeling and who I am? Or is that just what I've been telling myself? And is there some truth that might be more adjacent to what I've been telling myself? Which is most likely it. But it's good. It's exciting. Yeah. I feel like just I feel like I turning 30, I never realized how much would be such like a topic of like I thought I would turn 30 and be like we don't have to talk about being 30 anymore, like I've done it, and it's like no, I just all I think about now is like, oh, I'm 30 and I feel like my 20s was like the time to like have awareness of what's going on around me and who I am because of what's been going on around me, and now it's the time to be able to like strengthen my sense of self and really develop that, which has been nice. Um, it's nice to begin and start, and we'll just see where it takes me and hope for the best. um, yeah, that's good. Just like chilling, trying to chill, trying to reflect, and just have fun. Like that's the big thing is I just want to have fun. Like I told my therapist, I was like, I just want to be inspired, and I haven't been feeling inspired recently, and I've learned that that's really important to me to feel inspired by life. So that's what I'm kind of working on now is following those little sparks that are like, oh, this can be exciting, and I think we'll get there. We will. There's no other option. It's just gonna happen. That's how it works. Um, cool. That's 37 minutes. I hope you have a great week, and I'll see you next week.